Hi, Neil.
Yes.
How are you, sir?
All right. How you doing?
Excellent.
All right.
It's a beautiful day in Corona Paradise.
Yeah. Right.
And the
Yes.
Okay.
You can make a U-turn to the left there if you want.
Sure.
And then you can make a left onto the street.
Okay. A left?
Yeah, it'll be easier instead of going around in front of the hospital.
Okay.
So we can catch you back here too. Oh boy.
How was your day?
Long, but it's over now. So
All right.
yeah, just glad it's over.
Excellent. Let me know if you need any heat or anything, or any
Okay.
more heat.
Yeah, right now I'm good.
Okay.
I definitely won't need heat. I just probably need to close the windows, but when we get on the highway, that's it.
Sure.
Yeah, I sit in a cramped office, so
Okay, so
the
you
air is
need,
good
yeah,
air.
exactly. Fresh air.
Yeah.
How long have you worked there?
Worked there about 22 years this past January.
Wow. Yeah, I've been gone for 17 years
Yeah?
since I graduated high school at Morristown.
Oh, okay, cool.
So coming back after so long, it's just amazing how many changes.
Yeah. Especially the hospital. It's changed a lot over the years.
Has it? I haven't
Yeah.
even didn't get an opportunity to look around.
Yeah, it's always, they're at a new building, it seems like every couple of years.
I'd be curious what that looks like now. It's just a big campus.
Right.
Yeah, see, Morristown is trying to go for a facelift too.
Say it again?
I see Morristown is trying to go for a facelift too.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Right. Well, they build a lot of housing and like condos and stuff up there now too.
Yeah, expensive looking housing too.
Right. I think they're actually putting more over by the train station.
Convent Station?
No, the one in Morristown.
Okay.
The one right there.
Yeah.
Getting rid of that little strip mall there, and they're putting, I heard condos there.
What a shame.
So they're going to be expensive because they're right by the train station. So
Exactly.
you're going to get those people who live in the city probably to come there.
Well, that's the thing. So all these people in the city, I've talked to a few people. They're starting to rethink their little crappy apartments that they're spending a fortune on.
Right.
And to the point where apparently many people have said that they're looking for an apartment or a condo and they don't even bother taking a look at it. They're just saying, okay, whatever it costs, I'm just getting out of this area.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause some of the prices they pay in the city for housing is insane.
Oh, yeah. One guy was telling me he's over in downtown and he's paying $4,400 for a one bedroom.
Wow.
And he hasn't been there since this whole Corona lockdown. So not only is he paying rent there, but he's also paying rent in New Jersey,
Wow.
so he can live out here while that's playing out. In the
Right.
night.
Wow.
Just more money than sense.
Yeah, right. Probably paying about $6,000 a month then.
Yep,
Wow. It's crazy.
it is.
And
Meanwhile, I'm making the money I'm making, and I'm like, yeah, that's about the money that I hope to be making in a year and a half from now.
yeah.
What he's paying in rent. I mean, granted, I'm ramping up from zero, but still,
Right.
with investing and working, $72,000 a year.
Yeah,
That's
man.
yeah. just for rent.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was speaking to a maternity nurse. I don't know if you deal with that sector. Well, she said a bunch of kids were born with COVID, but they haven't seen one death.
With the kids?
Yeah.
The babies? Well, that's great then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I would consider a pandemic, is if babies were dying.
Right, right.
Because that's the next generation.
Yeah, because most of the people that die were like senior citizens, and then the next wave were people who were really sick.
Yeah.
And some of them, I think they kind of jacked the numbers up. They were dying from something else anyway and happened to contract the COVID.
Right.
So they just said, oh, that's what they died from, when they really weren't dying from that. So,
right.
Yeah. But it's just, you know, like say the numbers in Jersey, they've been the same almost every day for over a month now, but they're starting to reopen the economy.
Right.
So it just proves that, you know, the numbers were basically there to scare everyone, it seems.
Exactly. Bunch of fear tactics.
Right. There's way more people recovered than actually died. And they didn't even tell anyone about the flu numbers, because way more people died from the flu during this season than the COVID. So
that's interesting. Cause I thought what was going on was that they stopped recording flu numbers, and magically nobody was dying of the flu, but everyone was dying of COVID.
Right.
So I thought they were jacking up the, just doing a transfer of deaths.
Right. Because, like, you don't even see people coming in the hospital being diagnosed with the flu. It was either, like, just a regular illness or COVID. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm like, it wasn't like that before.
Yeah, exactly.
Where the different versions of the flu that everyone was having, you know, the enterovirus and rhinovirus, you don't see any of that anymore.
Really?
You know, you just see COVID and some other, you know, kind of sickness. But I don't know. I just think a lot of it was to put fear in people and cause like mass hysteria. Because some people think it's like out in the air. When they hear it's airborne, they think it's just part of the air we're breathing every day. So they're out in public with the mask on. I'm like, there's really no need.
Yeah, I thought that was a stupid thing to do too.
Right. I'm like, you're outside. This is as fresh as the air is gonna get. Like.
Exactly.
You know.
Well, what was terrible was that I was seeing people, like one kid, he told me he was rollerblading with the mask on. And I said, hey, wait a second, are you noticing that you're feeling a little bit more sore than usual? He's like, yeah. And you feel a little bit more tired than usual when you're doing that? Yeah. I said, that's because you're rebreathing the same air.
Right.
You're starving your body of oxygen. Why are you doing this?
And that's what a lot of doctors and nurses are doing. Right. Especially with the N95 masks, they seal off the air.
Right.
So you're just breathing in the same thing over and over and over.
Jesus.
And most of them aren't even changing the mask during the shift. So.
Right.
And I'm like, you know, you've gone to school all these years, like, that's something you should know, you know, right away.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's crazy.
Are you seeing a lot of that at the hospital?
Yeah.
Wow.
Especially the ones who work close with the COVID patients. They wear the mask all day. You know, their faces are bruised because of mask, and you're not supposed to wear it like that. So, you know, it's dangerous in itself.
Yeah. I couldn't wrap my head around it. I was just thinking basic biology from 6th grade.
Right.
Still applies.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
You know, don't starve your body of oxygen.
Right.
And just do the regular, you know, wash your hands, you'll be fine.
Right.
Get your immune system working.
Exactly. That's another problem. People have poor diets and they don't take care of themselves. Yep. Even when they get sick, they actually take, you know, worse care of themselves when they're sick.
Yeah, I got to admit, the few times that I've been sick in my life, I did not go around eating healthy. I just ate whatever was most convenient.
Right.
Because I was too sick to care.
Right. They said some of the people that you know, died from it is because they weren't active enough. You know, because it supposedly attacks your lungs.
Right.
And if you're not active and it's attacking your lungs, you're not forcing it like out. You know what I mean? You're not forcing your lungs to work and repel whatever's going in there. And I think that's what hurt a lot of people, or the ones that ended up like on a vent. You know, because the machine is breathing for you. You're not actually doing it yourself.
Right.
So I think that really did a lot of people in as well.
Now, so I can't understand the vent, and the reason is because, so maybe you could enlighten me, is that COVID stops your blood cells from absorbing the oxygen into your body, correct?
Yes.
So if that's the case, then why would a vent matter if your body's not getting that oxygen? Whether it's going in or out, it wouldn't matter, right? Because the red blood cells aren't pumping the oxygen into your body.
Right. The vent is supposed to like mimic you actually breathing, so it's going to breathe for you.
Right.
The only problem is you're not actually doing it. So I think it's like a counter effect to what it should be actually doing. So almost everyone that I've known that went on a vent, as soon as they appeared to breathe on their own, you removed them from the vent, which wasn't I don't know if that was a good thing, because they ended up almost all of them coding after and getting put right back on a vent after being resuscitated.
Wow.
You know, and I think that was just the ending of them. Because even a lot of the younger people who did pass away, they had like really bad asthma or like something that impaired their breathing some kind of way, you know.
Sure.
And it's even people that are walking around with like, walking pneumonia. They have this wet cough and they can never get over it.
Yeah.
Hello? What, con 3? Okay, the con 3, you guys would need a transport team to go, then you would escort it, because con 3 is it's an unofficial COVID unit, because that's the floor that they're doing surgeries on. And for all the patients that are having surgery, they're treating them as a COVID rule-out. So we don't know if they have it or not. So therefore, you guys will be escorting patients up to con 3. Okay? All right. You're welcome. Bye-bye. Let's actually take local one lane over to the right.
Sure.
There's going to be actually less traffic lights when we get off. And we won't have to go all the way down to the parkway either.
Okay, it actually has me doing that.
Okay.
So you're saying people with walking pneumonia,
right?
They wouldn't recover. Well, I mean, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, because when you have pneumonia, you have like a little fluid in your lungs to begin with.
Right.
So I think when the COVID attaches itself to that, it's just a more rapid decline in your breathing and everything.
Okay. So, I don't know if this is true.
We'll actually take exit 49B for Maplewood instead of going all the way down.
Okay, not a problem. They were saying that smokers do better with COVID.
Right, which is weird, but then when I thought about it, people who smoke, when they're, I don't know, the way I think about it is people who smoke, they're inhaling and exhaling, like they're taking, I guess, deep breaths in, exhaling out.
Sure.
And if you're a person that smokes quite a few cigarettes or whatever a day, you're probably going to be taking a lot of deep breaths off and on.
Yeah.
This is coming up here.
Okay.
Quick.
49
B, yes. And I think that might be, one of the reasons, because it just seems like some people who aren't active at all, maybe they have a desk job, never get up, you know what I mean, go home, they don't walk around anywhere. And I think those people who aren't really active at all, don't push their lungs to do anything, those are the ones who have a lot of difficulty. But that was my thing with the smokers, because I didn't really, it was just weird to me how they were saying that. And that's the only way I could really justify it, is maybe the deep inhales and exhales, maybe.
All right. No, that's good, because now I'm going to call up my 8th grade health teacher and say, who's stupid now?
Yeah, right. Yeah, and people with asthma, I know it's really affecting them too. So
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. I totally understand that.
And then you look at all the athletes that had it. All of
Right.
them were almost asymptomatic.
Right.
And I think it's because, you know, they're active, their lungs are always pumping, and, you know.
Exactly. They're always practicing, so they're getting that, the breathing in and out.
Right. So I think that's why they were, almost all of them were just asymptomatic, had no issues or whatever.
Right. Well, that's the thing. So I couldn't figure out why there was so much fear mongering when 0.02%
Mm-hmm.
of the population was dying.
Right.
And like you said, it was the inactive people, the people with pre-existing conditions, elderly people who were already immunocompromised.
Right.
They're making such a big deal out of it, and this is probably one of the lesser viruses that we have to worry about as a
Right.
population, it seems.
Exactly.
So all that was going on, I just couldn't figure out why everybody was so scared. And my conclusion was that people are not very smart. They didn't pay attention in school.
Right.
So in a first world nation where we're basically people have basically no fear of anything except other humans,
Right.
once you introduce the basics of biology, like there's viruses out there trying to kill them every second
Right.
they're alive, then all of a sudden people freak out.
Right.
And some people, I just like to push them over the edge and just say, there's bacteria shitting on your face every second you're awake, right? just to really get, But usually those are the only certain types of people that'll do that to.
Right.
But it's just amazing that basic biology that we all go through in 6th grade,
right?
Everybody forgot about.
Exactly. Yeah, it's crazy. And then even in those other countries, like most of the people who died were very old people. We're actually going to make a left at this light too.
Okay.
It's like especially Italy, because Italy I think had the highest age per capita in the world.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of them were dying.
Right.
And people in Europe on the whole, because with the Mediterranean diet, I think a lot of them tend to live longer than most people around the world anyway.
Right. Yeah. But the interesting thing was that the more socialized the nation, it seemed, the less they were willing to help the elderly.
Right.
So Italy, for example, they send out that letter. The government sent out the letter. If they're above a certain age, don't really do anything.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So when I first heard that, that's when some things clicked. Conspiracy theorists.
Yeah.
The conspiracy theorists in me were saying, "Oh, okay, this is why." Is that they're trying to purge
Right.
But it's like a mass socialist purge,
right?
And it's not like it's unheard of. It's happened before,
right.
So I wouldn't put it past a couple of people to say, yeah, let's just do that again. That worked.
Right, exactly, right? It's crazy.
Yeah. As much of a conspiracy theorist I am, I still haven't gotten into what's his name yet. That guy from Texas.
Who's that?
God, he's so well known. He was the one saying that the pharmaceutical companies are turning the frogs gay.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just can't think of
Alex Jones.
Yeah, right.
Now, technically, in some sense, he's right, but not in the sense that he's saying it.
Right.
I think it was something about how the genetics of frogs is that they can be interchangeable. So some of the drugs were having that effect, but the way he explains it is that all of a sudden, like they were having gay therapy or something. Right. Whoa, wait a second, man.
Yeah, right.
Is it the second one?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
The second one. It was something else.
Yeah. He's a character. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he could be be so angry for so long.
Right.
If I'm angry for half an hour, I'm exhausted. I need to lay down.
Yeah, right.
Apparently his shows are like 4 hours long.
Wow.
I tell you.
Yeah, it's crazy, but the way they're trying to open up the economy and everything and start up everything back up, it just makes it seem like in another month everyone's going to forget about it.
Right.
Kind of like how, you know, the Zika virus and Ebola and swine flu.
Yeah.
You know, because when it came, you know, when they started talking about it, I was like, I'm not worried, because everything they had was in fear of. We passed it, and you never heard of it again.
Right.
You know, so I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
I'm
hoping for the best, though.
I don't think there's anything to worry about. I had one guy in my car. He's in these closed door meetings in the government in Washington, and even he said he had he didn't realize how much the media lied until they started reporting on the meetings he was in on, and he'd say, "Wait a second, was I in the right meeting? Did I sleep through this? Because I don't remember anything they're talking about that these anonymous sources are talking about."
Right.
You know? But I thought it was very telling. He came in from the airport, no mask on, no gloves, in my car, and he was going to see his 11-month-old child.
Oh, okay.
And he said the big thing that he was going to do is once he got home, he was just going to strip down, put everything in the dryer and washer, and take a shower right away.
Right.
And, you know, clean up.
Yeah, and that's it.
And that was it. That was his big thing to protect his baby.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, and he's an expert. He knows what's going on, you know?
He's dealing with that every day specifically. Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Just keep positive like, you know, you should. And
yes, sir.
We'll get through it. Just stay away from the people that are afraid, though.
Yeah, right? Those are the that's the germ right there in the mind.
Exactly. All right.
Have a good one.
All right, you too. Thanks.